Heaven, Above, Beyond and Within, by Eric Chamchoum. Welcome, dear viewers. This reflection is presented for educational purposes, examining how the idea of heaven developed across different cultures, without asserting belief or disbelief. Before heaven was understood as a destination or imagined as a reward or a realm of judgment, it existed as a simple human idea. Originally, heaven referred to what was above, the sky, the space beyond the earth, the vast and unreachable. Across early civilizations, people looked upward to observe order, cycles, and mystery. The heavens were not yet moral or theological. They were part of how humans made sense of the world. It became associated not only with the sky, but with a realm set apart from the human world. Across civilizations, heaven was understood as a higher domain, elevated, ordered, and distant, contrasted with life on earth below. This vertical understanding shaped early worldviews. What was above was seen as enduring, while what was below was temporary and changing. Long before formal religious systems emerged, heaven functioned as a way to locate meaning, placing permanence, order, and the unknown in a realm beyond everyday human experience. Within this framework, heaven was not entirely separate from humanity. Many traditions describe movement between realms, from heaven to earth and from earth upward. Accounts speak of messengers or forces descending from heaven, as well as individuals being taken upward, rather than remaining within the earthly realm. These narratives appear across cultures and reflect a shared way of imagining interaction between the human world and what lies beyond it. The idea of heaven already existed across ancient civilizations. In early Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Indo-Persian, and other ancient traditions, heaven referred to the upper realm, the sky, the cosmos, or the dwelling place of higher powers. At this stage, heaven was not a moral destination, and not a place humans expected to reach after death. It functioned as a cosmic structure, separating what was above from what was below. With early Judaism, heaven became clearly defined within a monotheistic framework. In the Hebrew Bible, heaven is described primarily as the realm of God, the domain of authority and command. At this stage, heaven is still not presented as a destination for human souls. Human responsibility and justice remain focused largely on earthly life. Over time, especially in later periods, ideas about heaven began to shift. Influenced by history, exile, and cultural exchange, heaven slowly acquired a moral dimension, becoming part of a broader framework involving justice and consequence. These ideas were gradual developments, not fixed doctrines, and continued to evolve over centuries. As moral frameworks developed, heaven was increasingly understood in relation to contrasting or intermediate states. Alongside heaven, other realms were imagined, reflecting order, disorder, transition, or uncertainty. This formed a moral geography, mapping human experience onto a structured cosmos. Descriptions of heaven became more detailed over time. Light, harmony, height, and permanence appear across traditions. These descriptions function symbolically, expressing ideals beyond ordinary experience, rather than physical locations. Many traditions imagined heaven as a realm approached through multiple gateways. Rather than a single place, it became a structured hierarchy, reflecting proximity to order, authority, or perfection. As understanding of the universe expanded, heaven was no longer placed at a fixed point in the sky. Instead, it came to be understood as a realm beyond physical measurement, existing outside ordinary space. Heaven emerged as a way to address questions beyond immediate human life, impermanence, meaning, and order. It provided a framework for thinking beyond the visible world. Heaven is rarely imagined as empty or inert. Across traditions, it is portrayed as a realm of order, continuity, and awareness. These portrayals reflect human attempts to imagine meaningful existence beyond earthly limitation. As religious traditions developed, the idea of heaven took on more defined forms. While the concept remained rooted in what lies above and beyond the human world, each tradition described heaven according to its own worldview, language, and symbolism. What follows is an exploration of how major religions have described heaven, not who enters it, but what heaven is understood to be. We begin in chronological order with the oldest traditions. In Hinduism, heaven is known as Svarga, a celestial realm located above the earthly world. Svarga is described as a place of light, beauty, and pleasure, filled with gardens, flowing waters, music, and divine presence. It is ruled by Indra, the king of the gods, and inhabited by celestial beings. Unlike later religious ideas, heaven in Hindu thought is not the final goal of existence. It is a higher realm where the soul experiences refinement and reward, but it remains part of the cosmic cycle. Beyond heaven lies a greater aim: liberation from all realms altogether, transcending both earth and heaven itself. In Zoroastrianism, heaven is known as the House of Song, a realm of light, harmony, and truth. It is described as a luminous state of existence, where goodness, order, and joy are fully realized. Heaven stands in contrast to realms of darkness and disorder, reflecting the religion's emphasis on cosmic balance. Zoroastrian texts portray heaven not simply as a place above the world, but as a condition aligned with truth and righteousness. It represents permanence, clarity, and freedom from corruption. In Buddhism, heaven is understood differently from many other religious traditions. Rather than a single eternal heaven, Buddhist texts describe multiple heavenly realms, often called the Pure Lands or Deva realms. These are places of beauty, peace, and clarity, free from suffering and earthly struggle. They are described as luminous worlds, with harmony, stillness, and refined awareness. However, heaven in Buddhism is not the final goal. It is a supportive realm, a space where conditions are ideal for spiritual understanding. Ultimately, these heavens are temporary states of existence, part of a larger process that points beyond all realms, toward complete liberation. In Judaism, heaven is often described as Gan Eden, the garden, and as part of the world to come, known as Olam Haba. Rather than a detailed physical landscape, Jewish texts emphasize heaven as a state of closeness to the divine. It is portrayed as a realm of clarity, peace, and understanding, where the soul encounters divine presence without obstruction. Early Jewish thought focuses less on imagery and more on meaning, heaven as a return to harmony and order, echoing the perfection of creation itself. In Christianity, heaven is described as the realm where God and humanity are fully united. It is often portrayed as the kingdom of heaven, or the New Jerusalem, a renewed reality characterized by light, peace, and wholeness. Christian texts emphasize what heaven lacks. Suffering, death, and separation are no longer present. Heaven is depicted as a place of restored relationship, where creation is brought to completion. Rather than a distant sky, it represents a transformed state of existence, in which divine presence is fully experienced. In Islam, heaven is known as Jannah, often described as a garden of peace and abundance. Islamic texts portray heaven as a place of balance and serenity, with flowing rivers, shaded gardens, and enduring comfort. Imagery emphasizes freshness, harmony, and rest, a realm free from hardship, fear, or loss. Beyond physical description, Jannah represents nearness to the Creator and the fulfillment of peace, known as Salam. It is a state where existence is complete and harmony replaces struggle. Thank you for watching. This video explored what heaven is, according to how different traditions have described it, not who enters it nor who goes to heaven. In the next reflection, we will explore a different question. Who goes to heaven? She coming soon. What are your thoughts on this exploration? Feel free to share them in the comments. If you found this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections. Check out my other videos by tapping on the elements shown on your screen, or go to my channel to explore more content.